2, 1.
7 things you probably didn't know you need to know. I'm Jamie East, and this is the Smart 7.
Good morning, everybody. It's Monday the 30th of May, and it's National Water of Flower Day. And a big happy birthday to Indina Menzel, Stephen Gerrard, CeeLo Green and Harry Enfield. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenksy visited Ukraine's second largest city, Kyiv, on Sunday in his first official trip outside Kyiv since the war began. He met with local officials and fired the head of state security service for not working hard enough to defend the city. His visit comes as Russia continues to advance in the Donbass region, with fighting in the streets of Siery-Voronezh and heavy shelling in Luhansk. He recalled calls for more heavy and long-range weapons from the West.
Our defense holds on. It's indescribely difficult, and I am grateful to all those who withstand this onslaught of the occupiers. We work every day to strengthen our defense.
The Russian ambassador to the UK sat down with the BBC's Clive Myrie, and he had some positive news, at least in terms of nuclear weapons.
We have a very strict provision on the issues of the use of tactical nuclear weapon, and it is mainly when the existence of the state is endangered. It has nothing to do with the current operation.
Ukrainian MP Kira Ruddick appeared on LBC in conversation with Matt Frey, who wanted to know her feelings on Russian leader Vladimir Putin.
What would you say to him personally if he was sitting where I'm sitting right now?
Nothing. You have to shoot when you see him.
Kill him.
Of course.
Saturday saw Liverpool take on Real Madrid in the Champions League final at the Stade de France in Paris. However, what should have been a glorious night of football was marred by bizarre policing from the French authorities, which saw Liverpool fans cordoned into a narrow area and sprayed with tear gas. The Sporting News' Raj Mahil was covering the event, and he was amazed at the scenes.
There were Liverpool fans here really shaken up, who gave away their tickets of a lifetime due to the madness that unfolded on the streets of Saint-Denis.
Following calls from both Liverpool and the UK Culture Secretary, UEFA is now promised to investigate the matter urgently. The actual game was delayed by 36 minutes as fans with tickets were kept outside.
They were squashed up against the fences all down the side. People were crying. There was children on parents' shoulders. We were in tears. It's just what we witnessed. It was just horrific.
Real Madrid won the game 1-0, and Liverpool's Andy Robertson spoke after the game to express his disappointment at how poor organisation ruined the game for many.
As a UEFA competition, is the biggest game in world football. It should be organised a lot better, and delays like that shouldn't be happening. And definitely the force that was used probably tonight by certain authorities shouldn't be happening either.
The Sunday Times published new revelations around Partygate this weekend, suggesting there may have been additional events which weren't investigated based on text from Boris's wife, Carrie Johnson. It's raised more questions about the independence of the Sue Gray report, but Labour Party Chair Annalise Dodds was more concerned about Boris changing the rules in the ministerial code, which have watered down the penalties for breaching the code, including removing the need to resign.
We now know because of that report that he repeatedly lied to Parliament, and his response, as we've seen over the last just couple of days, has been to try and actually change the rules that he will then be judged by. Northern
Ireland Secretary Brandon Lewis said the changes are no big deal, even though Labour are now seeking a vote on them.
It's updated quite regularly anyway, but this comes from the recommendations from the Commission and some of it from Lord Guide around what there should be, and this idea of there being a graduated penalty process.
The debate around gun control in the United States continued across the weekend in the wake of the Uvalde school shooting and the Buffalo, New York shooting. Republican Senator Ted Cruz, who'd been publicly advocating for less doors at schools as an answer to the epidemic of violence, was heckled at a restaurant in Texas on Saturday.
Why? When 19 children died, 19 children died. That's on your hands. That is on your hands. Ted Cruz, that's on your hands.
Vice President Kamala Harris was in Buffalo to pay her respects to the families of the supermarket shooting, and she says it's time for action.
We are not sitting around waiting to figure out what the solution looks like. You know, we're not looking for a vaccine. We know what works on this. It includes let's have an assault weapons ban.
President Joe Biden visited Texas and laid a wreath at the Robb Elementary School, even as Texas Governor Greg Abbott found himself having to backtrack on what exactly went on during the shooting, which saw 2 teachers and 19 children killed and 17 more injured.
My expectation is that the law enforcement leaders that are leading the investigations, they get to the bottom of every fact with absolute certainty.
Still to come on the Smart 7, Jeff Goldblum shows there's life in the old dinosaur yet, and Cardi B is all at sea. Right after this. Welcome back.
Sunday saw Nottingham Forest return to the Premier League for the first time since 1999 after they won their playoff against Huddersfield Town. It also saw the Monaco Grand Prix take place after an hour's delay because of heavy rain. It didn't go well for Ferrari driver and local boy Charles Leclerc, who started from pole position but saw his team misjudge the pit stops and open the door to Red Bull driver Perez. Christian Horner was delighted with the Red Bull team performance.
Strategically, I don't think we had the quickest car today, but we got it right. The double pit stop, and it was all about teamwork.
With Red Bull topping the team rankings and Max Verstappen topping the drivers, Sergio Perez was delighted to get the win.
As a driver, you always dream of winning Monaco, and to tick that box in my career, it's super special, a very special day.
The sixth instalment in the Jurassic Park series, Jurassic World Dominion, hits cinemas in June, and this one reunites most of the original cast, including Laura Dern, Sam Neill and Jeff Goldblum. Jeff popped up on The One Show as you do to chat about all things dinosaur and be characteristically modest about what influence he might have had in his role as Dr. Ian Malcolm.
I don't think, in my memory, over the last few decades, I can't think of one case of anybody saying, I'm in math because of you. I love numbers. No one has said it in these 30 years. No, that's true. But how about that movie?
She's a larger-than-life character and her Instagram is a constant source of entertainment. But even when she's on holidays, Cardi B manages to find the drama. She and husband Offset have headed off to a tropical location for a break, but it just so happened to be beside a yacht that was sinking. Cardi B streamed the whole thing and, well, they need to sign her up for some sports commentary ASAP.
Oh my, it's sinking! Y'all see that? Y'all see it? Oh my God, they can't do nothing about it. They ain't no big boat that could save it. It's gone.
This has been The Smart 7. Wherever you're listening, do us a favour and hit the follow button. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Have a great day. Written, produced and published by Daft Doris.